Hey citizens, thanks for stopping by. In today's video presentation, we're going to take an up close and personal of this newly refreshed 2020 Ford Everest. This particular sample that is going to be featured in today's video is a 2-liter bi-turbo Titanium Plus 4x4 that is mated to a 10-speed automatic gearbox. As always guys, I'm going to take this Ford Everest Titanium 4x4 for a full walk-around review, showing you the most interesting features from the interior as well as the exterior. So, what are you waiting for? Let's sit back, relax, and enjoy of this review. The 2020 Ford Everest facelift is now powered with Ford's new 2-liter EcoBlue diesel engine, which used on the second facelift Ford Ranger and Ford Ranger Raptor. This is one of the clean and game-changing high-performance diesel engines that will beat any other diesel engines from different brands. Behind on the spec is a dual overhead cam 16 valves and twin-turbocharged inline-4 cylinders with common rail direct injection. Power figures of this engine are 213 PS or 210 horsepower at 3750 RPM and a groundbreaking 500 Nm of torque between 1750 and 2000 RPM. With an 80-liter fuel tank, fuel economy is rated by 16 km per liter only on the highway, while on the other markets takes around 7.1 liters per 100 km combined. A 10-speed automatic gearbox is offered on this engine, and the drivetrain of the Ford Everest 2-liter bi-turbo Titanium Plus is a 4-wheel drive vehicle. Say hello to the newly refreshed 2020 Ford Everest. This mid-size 7-seater SUV made a minor refresh, but with a mix of a remarkable difference. In the year 2003, when the first Ford Everest came out from the market, and that SUV is derived from the Mazda B series-based Ford Ranger. Furthermore, the Everest had been produced for the past 3 generations so far. After 3 years, when the 3rd generation Everest make an appearance, Ford unveiled a refreshed Everest in May 2018 for the 2019 and the 2020 model year. First glance on the outside, the facelift Everest now becomes a more luxurious look compared to the previous model. A revised front grille and bumper is pretty stylish and decent, yet it gives the new Everest a sensational charm on its marvelous design. Also, the Everest is now featured with a newly designed 20-inch rims seen on the titanium variant, and like the new Ranger, the Everest now comes with new badges on a fake fender vents like this one which says bi-turbo. It indicates that this Titanium Plus 4x4 is powered by a 2-liter bi-turbo diesel engine, while the 4x2 Titanium Everest says the nameplate itself. Overall, the exterior aspects of the Everest had no changes at all. However, what are the remarkable changes that the new Ford Ranger has, even it was a minor refreshed? The question has answered, and the remarkable change in the Everest is a massive thing. Under the skin, the new Ford Everest is featured with a new 2-liter bi-turbo diesel engine that is shared from the Ford Ranger Raptor, and the rest, it now features with a push-button start and a gear shift selector, which by the way, this SUV is mated to a 10-speed automatic gearbox. To make this story short, the new Ford Everest made a delightful and subtle change from the previous model year. The design looks surprising, yet it makes a tremendous appeal to our eyes with its luxurious style. Power-wise, the Ford Everest is now more powerful yet fuel efficient thanks to its new engine. As a result, the new Ford Everest becomes the most, if not the most, outstanding SUV compared to its counterparts from the other brands. The facelift 2020 Ford Everest made its Philippine debut in August 2019, available only in Titanium 4x2 and Titanium Plus 4x4. February this year, the trend variant of the Everest has slotted the lineup serve as the base model. Kag-ari gid ang pinakabaskog kag ang pinasahi sa tanan. On this year's May, wherein we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic crisis, Ford Philippines launches the new variant of the Everest Sport. This is the sportier version of the Everest Titanium. Exterior features are automatic auto-leveling HID projector headlights, LED daytime running lights, front and rear fog lights, front and rear parking sensors, redesigned chrome front grille, rain-sensing windshield wipers, fake chrome fender vents with bi-turbo badge for design, indicators on the chrome side mirrors with puddle lights at the bottom, chrome door handles, roof rails, side step boards, panoramic sunroof or moonroof, LED taillights, rear spoiler with high mount stoplight, rear wiper, rear chrome strip with Everest naming, and spare tire mounted underneath at the rear. The Everest Titanium Plus comes with safety elements such as 7 airbags, anti-lock braking system, brake assist, electronic stability control, traction control, rollover mitigation, hill launch assist, hill descent control, adaptive cruise control with forward collision alert, autonomous emergency braking or pre-collision assist with pedestrian protection, lane keeping system, driver alert system, blind spot information system with cross traffic alert, active park assist or semi-auto parallel parking assist, auto high beam control, tire pressure monitoring system, ELR seat belts in all rows, Isofix child seats and tether anchors for the rear seats, Ford's volumetric Bulger alarm system, and immobilizer. The facelift Ford Everest Titanium gets a new set of 20-inch 6 double-spoke two-tone alloy rims covered in 26550 R20. Ventilated discs and solid disc brakes are visible for both front and rear. As for the suspension, the front gets double wishbones with coil springs and anti-roll bar, while the rear gets coil springs with Watts link and anti-roll bar. The approach, the departure, and the ramp over angle of the Everest get 30 degrees, 25 degrees, and 21 degrees respectively with a 225mm of ground clearance. What is interesting, the Ford Everest has a water wading depth of 800mm. So here is the key fob of the new 2020 Ford Everest Titanium Plus 4x4, and visually, this is what the key fob look like. Therefore, let's begin of our discovery on the interior. Standard for all variants of the facelift Everest except the trend variant is Ford's version of a smart key access system. As you have the key fob on yourself, like on this Titanium Plus variant, there is a black button found on both two front door handles. Press the black button to lock this SUV and tapping behind the door handle to unlock. Speaker down there and right up here. You also have a storage area as well as your bottle holder. Got your window controls, window lock. Right next to your interior door handle, you got your central locking buttons. Everest door sills. Got your headlight switch. And if you push this button right here, it doubles up as your headlight adjuster. Front and rear fog lights. Your brightness adjuster. This button right here opens and closes your powered tailgate. Air controls. And the driver's seat of this Ford Everest Titanium does get a fully powered function with all of your controls located right here. Basically, it is a part manual and part powered. What is manual? Is the lumbar support, which is located right here. You have the same set of adjustments as found on the driver's side. Like the driver's side, the front passenger side does have a central locking button right next to your interior door handle. The steering system of the facelift Everest Titanium Plus is an electrically powered assist function with a pull drift compensation technology and a rack and pinion type. Standard items for this is a 4-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel with sport grips 10 and 2, contrast stitching going around the inner rim, and glossy gunmetal finish that surrounds all 4 spokes with your multi-function controls found in every 2 spokes. An amazing 10-speed automatic gearbox is offered on a 2-liter bi-turbo diesel engine on a new Everest. It does come with sport sequential manual shifting, using via the plus and minus on the toggle switches that you can play around while driving. Standard items that are available for the 2020 Everest Titanium Plus 4x4 are the reverse camera and front and rear parking sensors. Since this SUV has a 4-wheel drive layout, this one comes with a terrain management system using the rotary dials that you can scroll to select the different types of driving terrain such as snow, sand, mud, rock, or road. This ensures to manage maximum traction and stability that enabling to stay in control. A button in the middle of the rotary knob activates or deactivates the hill descent control. Just ahead of your rotary knob are your buttons for your traction control, electronic rear differential locking, 4x4 low. This button activates or deactivates your active park assist, and this button activates or deactivates your front and rear parking sensors. Leather padded center armrest, and underneath you have a decent amount of size storage area with a little tray, which is removable rather. And also it is magnetized. Two cup holders, hand operated parking brake, storage area with a USB port, another USB port right here. On the right side is your 12-volt power outlet. Got your tri-zone automatic climate control system with all of your controls located right here. It is quite simple to use. The reason why it is a tri-zone because every temperature controls is individual, just like the driver's side, the front passenger side, so as the rear passenger. It has separate controls which I'm going to show you later on. But for now, let's tackle the front. Got your power button, front defrost, maximum front defrost, rear defrost, automatic, air conditioning, maximum air conditioning, and your recirculation. As said, your driver's side temperature, front passenger side temperature, and in the middle is your fan speed. Standard on the Everest Titanium is your engine start-stop button, volume and power knob, tuning knob, seat track buttons, and your eject button. CD player, hazard switch. The new facelift 2020 Ford Everest Titanium Plus 4x4 gets an 8-inch colored touchscreen infotainment audio head unit that features a various media connectivity options, Sync 3, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, navigation system, and 9 speakers that includes your subwoofer and amplifier for the sound system. So this is the infotainment display of the Ford Everest Titanium. These are flanked with 2 air vents. Indicator controls to the right. And at the end, here's the button to activate or deactivate your lane departure warning system. While on the right side is your wiper controls. This button right here controls your rear wiper. On the steering wheel, this up, down, left, right, and your OK button corresponds you to control the multi-information display right here in this instrument gauge. This control right here controls the left TFT display. Down below is your adaptive cruise control. And on the right, you have the same set of controls, but this time around is your right TFT display. And down below, got your unhook and off hook button. Your on-hook and off-hook buttons for your Bluetooth telephone menu that doubles up as your seat track buttons, voice recognition system, mute button, and your volume controls. The steering wheel of this Ford Everest gets a fully manual tilt only, adjusting using this lever right here. For the driver's side, you have your grip handle on the A-pillar that helps you to support while getting in and out of the car. You have also your grip handle on the ceiling for the driver's side. The driver's side does get a sun visor with a vanity mirror and a light. Sunglass holder. These buttons right here corresponds you to control the panoramic sunroof. If you press this button right here, it controls you to open up the panoramic sunroof as a vent. These corresponding buttons controls you to open and close the shade for the panoramic sunroof. Reading lights and your interior lights. And your auto dimming rear view mirror. The front passenger side does get a sun visor with a vanity mirror and also a light. You also have a grip handle on the ceiling for the front passenger side, so as the A-pillar. For the A-pillar, this gives you support while getting in and out of the car because this car is pretty tall. Everest badging. You have your lockable glove box, however it is locked, so I cannot able to show you for now. Got your speaker down there, and right up here, little storage, bottle holder, and you consider to use as a storage area. Window control. For the rear, right next to your interior door handle, got your central locking buttons. To gain access to the last row seat, use this lever right here, pull it, and then you can access at the back. We will go back on that later on, but for now, let's go to the middle row. In reference, I'm about 5'9", which is about 1.7 meters tall still, and I do have the room to stretch out my feet underneath at the driver's seat. I have this much in terms of legroom, or slightly more than this, while I have this much in terms of headroom. Well, inside the Ford Everest, in the middle row, the space is literally quite generous. And in terms of comfortness, with these leather seats, gives you a nice, soft, comfortable ride on it. And overall, not a bad thing with this kind of class. You do have storage pockets in the front seat backs. As said before, there are different sets of controls as the front and rear. Now let's go for the rear ones. Right here, got your fan speed controls, different modes, and your temperature controls. Got your 230 volt home power outlet that has a 150 watts of power, as well as your 12 volt regular power outlet. You have air con vent, LED reading light. You have also a grip handle located at the B pillar that helps you to support while getting in and out of the car. But unfortunately, you don't have grip handle on the ceiling for this side. Now you have the same set of amenities as found on that side. Right here, got your center armrest. However, it is covered in plastic, so I cannot able to show you for now, but we'll see. The middle row seat can be fold down in a 60-40 split. Using this lever right here, pull it. And the middle row seat back goes down. There is a bar underneath on each side of the middle row seats that you can able to slide forward and backward to increase or decrease the space at the last row seats. Let's check the rearmost seat. Now I'm at the last row seat of the Ford Everest Titanium. As said before, I'm about 5'9", which is about 1.7 meters tall, and obviously I do have a little bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath at the driver's seat. As for legroom, I have this much, while I have this much in terms of headroom. Surprisingly, the last row seat of the Ford Everest, in terms of space, it's pretty not bad at all. Although, when it's upright towards my knee, it's pretty bad when you are in a long trip. Baka sumakit yung binti ko eh. Well, a small adult or small individual or small children will be fit on this portion. But the seats are nicely comfortable as well, thanks to its nicely padded leather seats, which gives you a nice soft ride and very plush. Again, it is not bad at all. You do have a cup holder, a little hook right here, and another coat hook on this portion. The same goes to the other side, a hook, a cup holder, and another hook. You have two aircon vents at the back to cool your cockles in. You also have a reading light at the back. And yeah. Well, it is not a problem to hopping in at the rearmost seat. You have adjustable headrests in all 3 rows of the seats. There are a couple of ways to open the power tailgate. The first way is the button on your key fob.
So, medyo tabingin na yung tingin niya. This one is...
The second way is the button inside the cabin that I showed you earlier on. The third way is go towards the tailgate itself and press the touchpad underneath at the number plate. Or the fourth and final way is to sway your foot under the rear bumper make sure that your key fob is on yourself. Ayos. The boot space of the Everest measures 450 liters within a 7-seater configuration. When the last row seats are folded, this creates 1,050 liters of space. Lastly, when all rear seats are folded, this will create a massive 2,000 liters of space. Found on the boot is your storage that is found under the boot floor cover with your toolkit, jack and warning triangle, your 12-volt power outlet located on the left, and illuminating LED light located on the right side that illuminates the area. Ooh, one thing that I like about this Ford Everest titanium variant is the power folding rearmost seats using the buttons that are found on the right side of the boot.
Balik. This one is for 1.5 only. Malasik yung talabas, yung kanya lang punta. Yan akong talabas kinain ko.
Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this full walk-around review of the 2020 Ford Everest 2.0 bi-turbo titanium plus that is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. It is a 4x4 rather. If you like this video, make sure you thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, if you're subscribed to my channel, please hit the notification bell button to get notified for my latest updates. And don't forget, follow all of my social media platforms. As always guys, I'll see you next time for more latest videos on YouTube. Thanks for watching and mabuhay!